Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress with me, the Green Dragon. So, trade is happening. Trade, fueled by our door industry. The mighty door industry of this fort, such as it is. Right, and we'll need to wait for him to actually... Yeah, that Electrum thing, that's not gonna work out, probably. But that's okay. They're all bringing stuff up here. Lots and lots of doors. You have to appreciate the dedication that can produce so many doors when they started out with no skill, no less. So, I need someone to come up here and actually trade with them. Let's see what else we can get, because getting a bit of extra food wouldn't hurt. Now, it's not necessarily the highest priority. I will take a plaster bag, because that's something we might need. And a few more ropes. It's actually pretty useful. Getting more metals it can be good. Don't get me wrong, but getting, well, a bunch of leather might actually be good. Why don't we get that and just the tiniest bit of extra thread, because cloth I think we have enough. Actually, let's get a bit of plump helmets, because that is extra food and that puts more fuel essentially in the system. Because this one plump helmet farm, that's like, you know, just like the cycle of food that we have going here. Plump helmets get eaten, seeds get shat out, then it all gets planted, and we return to the beginning. And so the cycle goes. And you're making rock thrones. That's perfect. I think we are done here, though. I think we have enough to be happy with what we've done here. And here, well, I need coke from bituminous coal. Have fun, duckling. No, really. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're making rock mechanisms. Ugh. That's right. Yeah, we probably have enough. It's okay. I know, I did tell him to make them. I know. Well, this first job doesn't really require any skill. So, can temporarily disable bins and let him start cutting up all the gems. It's the encrusting that actually varies in value based on the skill of the people doing it. Guys, there we go. So, these weren't defined as bedrooms, which is just mildly rude. We do have more beds, though. Beds is good. That means we can define a few more rooms and actually be in a slightly better position. There we go. Okay. Making that's fine. Okay, with the doors. It's up and down. Doors of any nice. Try and maintain it at 20 or so. That ought to be reasonable. And we should... I'm not gonna create a wood stockpile there because then they're all gonna be busy carrying stuff, and who the fuck needs that sort of problems, right? Yes, you may go. You have served me well. You have indeed served me well. I do think the next job, though, is to smooth this entire area. Yes, I did remember to give them the engraving skill. That's good. Okay. Okay, I think this works out great. Now there's a lot of coke. Why don't we tell you to maintain 40 to 60 in the tank, and that ought to be sufficient for now. And some people are starting to smooth. Good. That should make the bedrooms more valuable, especially once we actually engrave them as well. Should. And you're busy trying to catch up with all the things we actually sold. I see. We have 5 doors right now. Okay. And look at that, he's actually cutting up gems. He's actually doing a thing. It's so great. A dwarf actually doing what he's supposed to be doing. A sight you rarely see, actually. Very proud to have witnessed it, in fact. We can always go fishing. It does look like this area isn't too cold. And I think we were close to the equator of this world, which means we should be in a pretty mild climb. Rain and snow. I mean, this hasn't frozen, which is a damn good thing. And there's a lot of wood outside, which is even better. So we're probably not gonna run out yet. I'm curious, how quickly are you gaining skill? Meh. Okay, the tables actually and the chairs have been built, so I should order them placed. This music is really depressing, by the way. It's really feels like a drag. There, let's do that, get everything in place. Did I fuck this up? I think this will do, actually. A wider promenade in here and then a set of statues in the middle ought to work just fine. I think. Should be fine. Should be. Not getting any idlers, that's good. How are the farmers up to level 2? And listen. Oh, that can be either very good or very bad. Possibly a bit of both. Okay, that's a lot of those fuckers, isn't it? We're gonna check their skills in a moment then. How many total dwarfs? 21. We should luckily have just enough bedrooms then. And I'm gonna take you off of masonry. And actually carpentry and that as well, because we actually have professional people for that. And you are a legit crafter. Holy crap. No, you're probably gonna be a hunter. Let's... leatherworking. Not so impressed by that. Okay, let us say, for the sake of argument, we want 2 carpenters, 2 masons right now, 2 crafting dwarfs, Like so. And then we have a hunter. What else do we want? I think another couple of farmer type dudes could be good. Just to ensure that we always have some of that going. And hopefully the brewer can keep up for now. Well, because we do seem to be maintaining a decent amount of drinks, and as long as he has stuff to work with, we are getting idlers though. So I'm gonna create a stockpile here to actually, you know, I want all of my bauxite turned into blocks while you're not busy doing other things. Also, I want more tables and more chairs, and what else? Well, how about another 10 or so beds for everyone that doesn't currently have one? And why don't we define these rooms so that dwarves can actually sleep properly? There. Hopefully at least one pair of them is married and will sleep together. If not, then well, then not, but hopefully. Meanwhile, wood. Actually no, make bone bolts. Constraint. Bolt of any material at all times. You need to have between 100 and 150. Let's maintain a good supply. So there. That I think is reasonable. And here, mugs. In fact, yeah. Actually cancel that. I just want all of the wooden bolts. Enough to last for a while so people can do their thing. Actually, yeah, we'll maintain using wood. Go with that, and we'll just turn bone into, like, crossbows and shit. Yeah, and this is gonna be our bone stockpile. Yeah. And let's just close off that ugly gap with proper bauxite blocks. Don't currently have any idlers, that's really nice. That's going properly, all looks good here. Okay, good. Good. Still haven't reached level 2, but that's okay. Did any of them come with any animals? They did. Okay, good. Some of them are pets. One of them is a claimed cat. Eek. General information. Okay, good. Hopefully we'll have puppies at some point. 'Cause puppies! They are smoothing things out, which is great. Good job. And you just keep working on those plump helmets. Because food is vital. Oh, holy crap, they actually do use the goblets, don't they? Holy crap, that's an actual thing they do. Oh. That's the blacksmith dude. And he's also the one that's good at stone. You know what? Blacksmithing is not as high a priority just now. But you know what? I will take one guy off of this. Because I feel like getting a second blacksmith wouldn't hurt. And... well, I do want to make the bronze. So that our supply is ready to go. And where was our mine here? There it was. That's a nice sized vein. Let's dig it out in all directions and just, you know, get some material for the forge fires. Okay, these are properly walled off rooms, they just don't have beds set in them yet. Why don't we do just that so people have more places to rest when they need to? Okay, you are actual gem cutter at this point. You have actually gained a bare minimum of skill. Yes, Sharkris, this is the new version 43.03. I don't know if you were asleep, but there is... this is the one that's like the 64-bit one. I don't know when it exactly came out. I haven't played Dwarf Fortress for a while. It's the newest one. New for me. So it's relative newness. It might not be new for everyone. Yeah, I mean the last time I played it was like in 42 and change, and it was months ago, so I'm just returning to the game after a break. So, you know. Don't, like, you know, overthink it. It might have, it's all relative. Like, Dwarf Fortress for me at least is kind of... it seems to me that it's a game that a lot of people play in bursts. They play intensely for a while and then they quit it for a while and come back to it and so on and so on and so on, right? And I'm kind of that way too about it. No, I just picked the area I was given to not make things too easy for me. I have flagstone, I have a lot of coal, but I don't have iron, I just have tetrahedrite, which means that for steel I will be doing goblinite farming. And for everything else, well, there is some tetrahedrite here I can manage. And I did bring castrite, so I will be able to get at least one full bronze squad. So, you know, it should be okay. It's in a lot of ways too easy when you have iron and steel easily available. This makes for a deadlier game, I think. And now it's actual winter. Big aesthetics mostly. I want it to look less cluttery and crappy. I will also eventually floor the stuff that isn't being farmed, like the tunnels around it. Dig out the sand, smooth the walls, replace everything that's sand with proper smooth stuff. So it looks nice. Because we're civilized dwarves. Sort of, in theory anyway. It's just, you know, part of the ongoing building process. Like, all of this ugly soil crap will get replaced by proper walls. It'll all be uniform and nice and smooth. Eventually. Just eventually. Not right away. Ooh, gems. I like gems. Ooh, gems. I like gems. Okay, and that dude apparently became a brewer. Like, legit brewer. Good job. Good. I should, from when I get the next migration wave, make sure to set up embark size 3x3, the standard one. This is like pretty much the standard embark, other than the stuff I took with me, which was just, you know, pretty vanilla. Yes, I did. I have 7 skilled miners as my original dwarves. I just gave them mining, smoothing and picks. And it's actually been going pretty well. Food has been a closer margin than I have been used to, but we seem fine, because we brought plenty of seeds and, well, we've been doing a good job of getting this stuff up and running. I actually have rooms for my dwarves, all of them no less, in the first year. This never happens to me. They're lagging a bit behind because there's so many things to do now, but mostly I think they're bringing in wood right now. Yeah, that wood stockpile, that's gonna fuck with them for a while. Yeah. Oh well. And you are just making rock mugs as you should. Perfect. And you are making bronze. Good job. Go and get a drink. You've earned it. Alright. Did they dig out this? They did. Good. Excellent. That's really, really good. Woodcutter, manager, appraiser, organizer. I generally leave the appraiser as distinct from the manager. I usually combine it with the mayor, because the mayor gets trained in the various social skills when people yell at him. So I find that he's actually ultimately more useful as the appraiser because he trains his social skills more. But I do combine that. Generally, I don't feel like it's worth wasting a whole dwarf on the managing appraising right from the start. I usually do it in my autumn or my next spring migration wave. I just pick out a dwarf and set him aside for those jobs. You don't? That seems like a pain to set up if you do everything with ramps. I don't know. Seems like a pain in the deck. Anyway, time for more bedrooms. Keep building. There will be migrants come next year. Should probably expand anyway, dig out some more stuff because we're gonna need more living space. Like currently, what do I have? 14 total, right? Well, I don't strictly speaking need to expand just yet. I can probably manage. Upside down pyramid. I see. Well, if you can grab a screenshot of it, feel free to link it in the chat and we'll all take a look at it. It certainly sounds interesting. Okay, you are happily doing that. Are you finally... Okay, it does look like the river freezes. Eventually. So it might be frozen for 3 or 4 months. Which, frankly, is okay. It's It's not really that bad. And certainly perfectly manageable. I wonder if I should make a death tunnel to lead, like, say down here, then out like this, then out like this, and have a separate blocking bridge to it and just have it be filled with traps. So that the various goblinoids can walk in and get killed. Stabbed by 1,000 copper spears, and maybe like 100 silver ones. That could actually be fun. Oh look, they're making masterpiece mugs. Have you gotten good at it? You have. Just a tiny bit, but you have. You have been getting lots of practice. Good job. Speaking of... Yep, still making bronze. That's good. There's a lot of castrites still up there, I expect. Oh yeah, there's some. It's gonna take them a while, but that's okay too. Why do you think that goblins try to work their way into the fortress? If the main bridge is shut, they should take the next best route, right? At least I think they do. I've seen other people make death tunnels of various kinds. I know, I might try it. Maybe make it a floodable one. I could certainly dig down a couple of levels, make a tunnel, and then have it come back up inside. Or possibly just use some pumps to make a water tower to push it through a tunnel under pressure and obliterate some assholes that way. Okay, and apparently he's gonna do gems. That's fine, he will get some valuable skills that way, I suppose. That could actually be really, yes. I know it'll take a while, but I'm thinking ahead. Like, I think it's better to have this shit ready to go and then not worry about it, as opposed to realizing, oh shit, I'm under siege, I didn't bother to have anything prepared. Now, we are, I think, pretty self-sufficient in here, so we can probably manage to withstand siege pretty fine just by shutting the gates, but that isn't necessarily what we want to do. We're nearly out of time. We're just gonna wait until he finishes this artifact so we can take a look at it, and then we're gonna call it a day.
At last, I've finished the artifact.
Okay, a white opal earring.
I'll name you after my mother.
Let's see, 54,000. Whoo-wee! This is a white opal earring. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with point-cut white opals. This object menaces with spikes of brown jasper and cow leather. Them spikes of cow leather, boy. On the item is an image of R.A. Dancefangs, the elf in pink chain. R.A. Dancefangs is traveling. That work relates to the journey of the elf to the old spine in early autumn of 34 during the second journey of the elf. R.A. Dancefangs. You. The so-called legendary gem cutter. You are fucking dead to me. You are fucking dead to me. An elf going on a hike? A fucking elf going on a fucking hike? Do we need this fucker? Well, she can shoot, in theory. Okay. We might need to arrange an accident come next time I stream. Thank you everyone who joined me tonight, and those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time, so see you then.